You're listening to the Level Best Network.
Welcome, everybody, to the Intercot Insider Live. It's episode number 124, new interface. Carolyn's playing the music. You got the intervention or something? What do you got going on there?
This is the Future World area music, which is kind of timely. We can talk about that in a little bit.
Okay, awesome. Episode 124, along with me tonight, I've got Carolyn. You just heard from her.
Hello.
There. Sorry, I can't put the names up on the screen. Can't figure out how to do it. New interface.
You know who we are.
All right, Justin, down there.
Don't you know who I am?
Everybody.
And Figma. Do you know him? You love him? Jason, in an undisclosed location bunker somewhere in southwestern Ohio. Would that
That's
be right?
confidential.
All right.
Just say Ohio.
It can be found on a compass.
Hello.
Are they going to storm your location like they're storming Area 51?
Well, that's what I'm trying to prevent. Damn millennials.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, my goodness.
And we're off and running off topic already.
And it's good to have you all along with us. It's been far too long. I think we've been slacking on this end. But, you know.
No, I blame the public. It's your fault we haven't recorded.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. I would agree, although I think if you look back to last year, somewhere around the summer, we slacked off as well. I think it is a well-deserved summer vacation for the Intercot Insider crew, and we are back. It's mid-July. July 17th is when we're recording. And holy moly, do we have a ton of topics to talk about tonight as far as what's going on in and around Walt Disney World, even Universal, other stuff happening. You know what, crew, what would you say probably is the biggest thing to talk about of all the stuff that is on the agenda tonight?
Galaxy's Edge Phase 2?
Sure.
I think so. We're apparently Walt Disney World's going to be making the West Coast a little bit jealous.
Yep.
Huh?
Yeah, they get it first, but we get Phase 2 first. 2 is better than 1.
So in Florida, Galaxy's Edge is opening Phase 1 on August 29th. So that's coming up soon.
Oh.
But then, hey, look at the comment.
Oh, there you go, John.
We've got people
Y'all.
coming.
They're commenting.
Hello, people.
So that's Phase 1 for Florida. As you guys know, Phase 1 has been open at Disneyland for a little while now. Phase 2 is when they open Rise of the Resistance.
Ride of the Resistance.
And that one is coming to Florida on December 5th. Yep. And Disneyland's doesn't open until January 17th of 2020.
Right.
Which there is some irony there because they got Galaxy's Edge first. Ours isn't opening until, what is it, the 29th?
29th of August. Yeah.
Okay. So jealousy.
Wait, I just thought of something. What was the date on the California opening?
It's Walt's birthday in Walt Disney World.
No, the California.
Oh.
January 17th. Why?
It's just odd that would be the weekend that the light side races used to be. Probably has nothing to do with it, but it's just something that popped into my head. That would be around the same time.
You can read online. There's a few people that have put out descriptions of what Rise of the Resistance is going to be like. I've even seen a couple little leaked pictures from the inside.
So what generally, okay, spoiler alert, just in case, but I mean, is it anything like we've talked about on past podcasts and things like that? Or?
It seems like that. So it's the ride within a ride within a ride.
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Sorry.
What was that?
Sorry.
That's weird.
Back.
It's a podcast within a podcast within a podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
I was trying to share this on my own.
And they've told two friends, and they told two friends.
And it didn't quite work.
So they told 7 friends.
The ride is cool. It is. You're going to start off in one ride thing, and then you get out, and you're put into a new holding thing, and then you get on a new ride car. And the thing that really sounds cool to me is that eventually you get into like, I don't even know what to call it.
It's a
like
trackless ride vehicle.
Yes, but you apparently like you're going to
before
kind of be put into not an elevator, kind of like a hydrolator, how you think you're,
It's
and
like
then
the
then the other door opens and you're going to be out in the big bunker. What do you call that thing? Like, I don't know. What do you call it? It looks like a big empty warehouse where, like, if you remember the movies, like a hangar. Yeah. And like Darth Vader, and there's like rows and rows and rows of stormtroopers, and there's maybe like a TIE fighter parked over there. It's going to be huge, and they have like the stormtroopers all lined up, and you're marched out of there and get into this car, and it takes off.
That's what we said. We don't really know how that's going to work. That's cool, but if the cast members have to stay that much in character as prison guards, essentially, and they're transporting you as prisoners, that could get interesting. But
they're robots.
Yeah, they're all robots. Okay.
Maybe. Honestly, you guys, and this may be an obscure reference, and I apologize for anybody if it is. But what this reminds me of is, were any of you ever in Las Vegas and did the Star Wars experience?
I mean, Star Trek.
Star Trek. Sorry. Oh my gosh.
Oh, ouch.
No,
that hurts.
I did not do that. But
so I don't know if there's any pictures or video of that online, but essentially it was kind of an attraction within an attraction sort of thing, where you were in a queue and then you went into a transporter room and suddenly you were transported on the set, and then you were ushered out of there and you got into a spaceship. It was a whole thing. So like, this sounds really amazing. Like, seriously, I've been waiting for somebody to do something like this. I mean, I think we've talked, or at least I've talked with other people about the potential of doing this kind of thing, where, you know, whether you have some part of the ride on foot and then you get on a ride vehicle and then you get off, and I think, I mean, it's almost, it's really Waltopian almost. Like, you know, I mean, yeah, well, when you think about it, like, when either the Haunted Mansion or Pirates, one of them, I think it was Haunted Mansion, was supposed to be like a walkthrough originally. Pirates. Okay. Yeah. So that kind of thing. Like, it seems like they've pulled some of the old tricks out of the book, combined them with the best of the new. And I have to say, I'm more excited about this ride than probably anything Disney's done in a long time. The potential of it.
It sounds really neat. The logistics question is, why do the guests have to be prisoners? Was kind of the
you're
only kind of
supposed
negative
to be part of the resistance, right? And I think it starts off when there's like some pew 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 pew. We got to get out of here, and then you've been taken, captured, and then probably at the end, yay, we won. But
no, I mean, it's a trackless ride system. So I think this will be the first in the U.S. to open. That's sort of the truly trackless. Ratatouille also will be, but that'll be opening later, obviously.
Mickey and Minnie ride.
That also will be trackless, but again, that's going to open later than this. That's not opening December 5th. That got pushed back to a 2020 opening date. So, and one of the other kind of leaked details, spoiler alert, there is apparently some type of a drop simulation in this. It's actually going to be a multi-level trackless system. But that is rumored as to why the opening got delayed, is that they did not get that quite right. So that caused the delay and caused the phase openings. But kudos to Disney for wanting to make it right and not open a half done or go to a Disco Yeti style operation, but they wanted to open the full show, and that's what they're doing. So we'll get to see that here on the East Coast, December 5th on Walt's birthday. So
I'm going to be down there for Wine and Dine, which is going to be right in the middle. So I'll see the Millennium Falcon thing in November, but I'll be there too early for Rise of the Resistance.
Unless they do
sneak
previews, yeah.
Maybe soft open.
I saw something where they were going to be doing cast previews or something for Galaxy's Edge coming up in the beginning of August or something.
Probably,
like that. Or not beginning of August. I'm sorry, within the next few weeks or something.
Yeah, I'm sure for the land.
It was the beginning of August. Maybe it was. Yeah. Yeah, I can tell you still have not seen anything invite-wise for that, and so I'm still thinking that it'll probably be sometime in mid-August. But if they do a press event of sorts, but
this is kind of unprecedented. They've never really opened the same land on both coasts before, so it will be interesting to see how much media stuff they redo for the Walt Disney World opening, because they seem to have they did most of it out at Disneyland.
Well, that would be a bummer.
Unless they do phase 2 at Disney World. Maybe that's also why they switched it around.
Thanks for deflating my balloon. Right there. Wow. Goodness.
I'm an imaginary realist. So.
What just happened there? Yeah, I've wilted. All right, great.
Well, that's this whole scenario is kind of odd. We're still hypothesizing about crowds. We think it'll be high, but again, the real Star Wars diehards, I'm sure, made it out to the West Coast to see that opening.
There's not going to be any crowds.
Well, and they're saying like neither coast is doing fast pass.
Right.
And they're going to do that virtual queue thing for people in the land. So it seemed to work well out west.
Did they announce what dates that'll be for Walt Disney World? Like
No,
when
they haven't announced that yet. So people are getting a little curious about what's going on, because by now they had already announced the reservation system for Disneyland for their first opening month, where you actually had to make like a dining reservation essentially to get in.
Right.
They have not announced that for Walt Disney World yet. So the cast have been, I guess, told to expect the same virtual queue system. But it's not clear yet if they're going to do a reservation system or not. It was a little bit easier at Disneyland. They restricted it to on-property guests, which are only 3 hotels out there. So they really couldn't do that at Disney World quite as well. What they have announced for Walt Disney World already in advance is they will be doing a 3-hour Extra Magic morning program for Disney's Hollywood Studios. So if you can get yourself there at 6 a.m., you can get 3 hours in, I guess, Star Wars Edge, hypothetically. They may still do the virtual queue on top of that, but I think at least with the reservation system, I think you had 3 hours in the land, so I don't see them kind of doing that.
Yeah, the way that the virtual queue reservation thing worked is that you made your reservation, then this is how it was in Disneyland. Then you had to go to the launch bay and show your ID or whatever, and they had you on a list, and they would give you a certain colored wristband. And then when your 3 to 4 hour time slot comes up, you go, they can see, yep, you're wearing blue, that's the color for the next 4 hours, so come on in, have your fun time. But anybody still wearing the orange wristband, you guys need to leave. So they were keeping track
unceremoniously shuttled out.
I did hear where stormtroopers were doing the sweeps. Yeah,
I did hear a horrible
that would be awesome
story,
if that were true. Is that true?
Yeah, I think so. They're
move it along, blue bands.
They're first order stormtroopers for anyone that cares story wise. But they are actually part of the Streetmosphere. So I've definitely seen online videos where they're just sort of wandering around the land. So actually that has now ended at Disney's Hollywood Studios. So anyone going kind of a late summer trip wanting to see the March of the First Order, that has unfortunately ended. I guess so they can prepare for the Streetmosphere version of those characters in Galaxy's Edge.
I did hear a horrible story.
Oh no!
From a cast member at Hollywood Studios, and she said that somebody came into the launch bay at Hollywood Studios and was like, "Hi, I'm here for my reservation for Galaxy's Edge," and she's like, "You're on the wrong side of America." He had made a reservation but thought it was for Florida. He made his trip to Florida thinking that Galaxy's Edge was also open in Florida. Anyway, she had to explain to him, no, your reservation is for Disneyland. It's not open here yet. She said that he took the news remarkably well, but he had to go back and break it to his kids.
Oh, come on. They should have done something there.
I know.
I'm sorry.
That's trying to get a sneak peek, because you would have had to have made a hotel reservation in California.
I think that's
I don't know.
someone being stupid.
Story, but you know how people, though, they they say Disney if they're newbies, not like us nerds, but they say Disneyland. Like, oh, Carolyn, are you going down to Florida to Disneyland? And we all bite our tongues like, it's not called Disneyland.
I correct them immediately.
People think that it's interchangeable.
Immediately, I correct them.
That was what it was. So
I could see that if you had not have had to make a hotel reservation.
Yeah, that's
because there's going to be like an address, and they also would have not checked into the right hotel.
I don't know. I think there are enough dumb people in America.
Unless they came directly from the airport straight to the park.
Narrow that down to.
Well, yeah, I'm going to narrow it down.
All right,
but okay, you can do whatever you want, Jason. But all right, so Madison Rose wants to know. Basically, I heard about a Star Wars themed hotel. Is Disney still going to have that?
Allegedly, yes, but they have been oddly quiet about it. They broke ground. And then nothing further has come of that.
Is it going to be like Pop Century, the early decade? Is it going to just sit there?
Oh no! Oh yeah,
for 10 years, where it's just a shell of a hotel.
So the expectation is we'll hear something about a D23 in August.
Yeah,
however, they just announced the agenda for the Imagineering portion, and I don't think that was on there.
It would be a surprise, I think.
Yeah. So they had a lot of surprises last time.
Yeah.
But
I'll bet you some concept art starts coming out.
I would think so, unless they don't want to sort of dilute the hype over Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah.
Kind of want to have something newer to look forward to announce fully, maybe.
Okay.
Well, and it probably won't be open for a long time, so that gives
another year.
Next year.
The expectation originally, was it would be available for the 50th anniversary, which would be 2021.
Mm-hmm.
But they haven't started building anything yet. So at the pace Disney is currently moving, that seems a little close.
Yeah,
They took a year and a half to retheme a carousel over in California Adventure.
Well, how fast did the Grand Destino go up?
How fast did what? I'm sorry.
Hotels seem to be going up pretty quick.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, that to be fair. Although this one is going to be probably
2 years, probably about.
Tron is going up really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but still, that's 2021, right?
Right, but I mean, the track and everything is crazy. Yeah. I mean, it's when we were there for April,
we're right about that 2-year mark for them to open something like that. But again, this is not just going to be a hotel. It's going to be essentially the closest thing they've done to like an attraction, interactive park that also has a hotel in it. So I would expect that might take a little bit longer than what they built with. Destino
coming in 2025.
And remind me that where this hotel is supposed to go can sort of be considered in the area of Galaxy's Edge, so they can be connected.
Yes, it's going to be like that back parking lot area.
Yeah,
off of whatever road that is there.
Yeah,
it's going to be right over there. Right.
I saw some.
So behind like where the back lot was, which is now going to be. Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
Right.
So it's a little further away. Like you're not going to be able to see it from the land, but it will be connected somehow. That's where it looks a little bit of a distance to be just like a walking path. So it might be some type of a shuttle or you want your Logan's Run thing.
My Logan's Run vehicle is going to come to life.
Your buses.
I don't know. You kind of lost that monorail bet. So.
Yes.
Oh man, you're bringing that up again.
Well, it's a good segue.
John is a man of his word and paid me my 2 $50 Disney gift cards. Thank you very much.
$100 to Justin. And speaking of monorails,
yes.
Don, I'm gonna put your question back down for a second. But
so the reason why John lost that bet,
right? Yeah, exactly.
It appears that Disney has decided to double down on the current Mark 6 fleet, even though they're maybe not aging the best.
That's not
transportation
not
system.
Good.
They have started a new refurbishment of them. So they are doing kind of a spit shine on the outside of them.
Yep.
The inside is getting what kind of looks like almost not a constructural redo, but they are replacing all the benches, replacing all the interior upholstery, and they're now theming them to the Monorail names. So like Monorail Silver was the first one they did. It says Monorail Silver on the wall carpet.
And the wall carpet is all silver, and like the trim and stuff, instead of it being that
seats are
steel
silver
blue.
now too.
That's what's very important.
Yes.
Well, that it's
color coordination.
Yeah, that's nice, but I hope they're also like taking it in the shop and ripping out the guts and.
Well, certainly one would hope, right? That
they work fine. No problems whatsoever.
Robustness issues.
Yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? One of the monorails was stopped dead. I guess the power went out in it or something.
30 minutes or something like that?
For 30 minutes, they have people's videos all over the internet of like them sweating to death. Somebody said they took out the windows. I don't know if that's true or if they were just...
The windows are made to be pushed out in the case of an emergency.
Yeah, well,
now,
they were
just pushed out or completely removed?
I think completely kicked out. If it's
but like it looked as though you could only see in the corner of the picture. It looked like a piece of glass that they had taken inside. It's not like they dropped it to the ground below.
Well, that was
those were clearly Canadians in that car.
Excuse me. Thank you. Sorry to be sweating on you. Sorry.
No, because there was no air conditioning though. And
no, there wouldn't be if there's no power.
You don't need air conditioning. The gondolas would be a perfect example of that.
Well, let me just tell you. So, living in Hilton Head, South Carolina, and I'm in Washington, D.C. today. So if you're wondering where I am geographically today. So it's 90 degrees out here, but the 90 degrees here doesn't feel like South Carolina. Okay. No. And so Florida, much the same, big swamp there. I live on an island. Same thing. Holy moly. It's been beastly hot the last couple of days. Yeah, the humidity and you're probably talking heat indexes alone in like 105, 108.
When I was in Hilton Head last year, I didn't know humidity could be 300,000 percent. I didn't know it could go over 100, but it's 3,000%.
Generally between 250 and 300,000.
But those were people. There were pictures of people
like in monorails. Okay, can you imagine
and, like, sweating and like. They weren't crowded where everybody's wedged in really tight, but it was full enough that people were standing in the monorail, and you're getting stuck. Like I would get panicky. I would get too panicky.
No, I would agree. And look, okay, love Disney, love a lot of stuff that they do, but damn, I'm going to go down the criticism lane here. You know what? Stop. Replace the things, man. And like, all right, I'm going to give them hopefully the benefit of the doubt. I'm hoping that this refurb that they're doing right now includes an overhaul of all the systems, and I hope that wasn't Silver that had the problems. Does anybody know actually what
I don't
Monorail
know which
was?
one it was. No.
So, and the question is there too. I mean, was it related to the monorail itself, or was it related to something in the systems with the tracks? Did the track lose power? Did they have? Yeah,
we don't know. It's not like Disney's going to tell, but
no. Well,
I mean, if the bodies are in good shape, then they just, I don't know, you rip out the engine and the wheels or whatever. But I mean, even there was a time in the last couple years we've seen where the door mechanism, the little box that covers the door mechanism, is like falling off and
stuff like that.
Doors are falling open and whatever.
Plus, they're all the wrong height, anyways.
Well, that is another thing. Yeah, they are. They're the incorrect height. That was a problem when they were built. Somebody screwed up.
Yeah,
I'm an engineer. I can say that.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, for people that don't know, if you think about the monorails right now, how if somebody has a wheelchair or a scooter or something, they have to pull out like the old ramp and put that down on the ground so that you can roll up into the thing, and then when you get out, you roll down a little ramp. Well, the way it was supposed to be, but somebody messed up, was that it was supposed to be flush with ground level so that you just go rolling in.
How does that get screwed up?
Well, I mean, think about this, Justin, okay? Because I remember being at Disney World when this was an issue, okay? So, first of all, the original monorail trains were fine. It was level with the platform. You just went in. And then I remember going And essentially, the monorails were doing a horseshoe-shaped loop from the Magic Kingdom over to the Transportation and Ticket Center and back, and they were bypassing the Contemporary. Why were they bypassing the Contemporary? Because they were too tall to fit in. They actually had to expand the openings. Yeah, the hole in the wall in order to allow them to go in on top of it. So not only did they build it at the wrong height, but during the time we were there, the Contemporary wasn't even being served by the monorail because they had to do that.
Oh,
so
man.
Somebody
Good thing the monorail
up.
driver was driving up like, I don't think we're going to fit in this.
Yeah, I know. Can you imagine that first test trip with the
skylight always there?
Like, what the heck? I mean, but how does that happen? I mean, how many layers
you don't have the right spec sheet?
Isn't it basic, measure twice, cut once?
Yeah.
Right. It's cut 3 times, measure once.
So the other thing that you wonder about
were the vacuum. They just designed it and said, well, it would be great if we can have this much below the floor of the next monorail. And they just designed that.
Yeah. No, but it's incredible that they did that. So, one would hope that someday in the next generation of monorails, it is actually flush like every other major transit system in the.
I've traveled with my daughter.
In 5 years from now, Justin.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
You want to make a bet on that?
Never. Sure. Let's go for it.
What is that? Enough 9 and 5 by 2024. Maybe I ought to add by 2025. That sounds like a nice number. There will be new monorail trains.
Once they open this gondola,
I'll bet you $100.
Once they open this gondola system, it's going to be gondolas everywhere.
You think they're going to kill all that? No, I don't. Well, that being said,
they're already there.
I am going to say, they are looking at completing the walk around the world.
Yes, I saw that the other day.
Do you like how I did that? That could just be the first step to trams or buses riding on a circle.
That is the best news ever, and I'll tell you why.
Right. But first, explain what it is.
Explain
what it is, because people don't
know about the monorails being too high. I've traveled with my daughter in a wheelchair like a couple months ago. She broke her foot, and so we had to do. And only one car of the whole monorail they consider wheelchair accessible because they only have the one ramp. So if they had made them level to the platform, any car could be for a wheelchair or a scooter.
Right, exactly.
You don't have to wait around.
Right. Couldn't they have fixed platforms?
What's that?
Did 4 parks, 1 ramp.
4 parks, 1 ramp. Yeah. So with that said,
wait, I got to give Eric Hall shout outs.
Monorail
driver going through the Contemporary Resort the first time. Yeah, that's great.
Dr. Speaker.
That's true.
Very good. Nice reference.
So to walk around the world, I love that idea because God knows at the end of the night, I've talked about it a million times, when you come out of the Magic Kingdom after fireworks, and you might as well not even try leaving because you're going to be crammed in these monster lineups. No matter which direction you go, it's just a mass of people outside the gates trying to get on a ferry, trying to get on any monorail they can. And how many times have I said, I would rather walk it than have to stand in this, routine crazy line. So now the walk around the world, if you go out of the gates of the Magic Kingdom and turn left, you can walk to the Contemporary, but that ends at the Contemporary. You can't keep going to the Ticket and Transportation Center to get your car. So you're trapped. So if you go to the right, there is a little pathway currently right along the water's edge towards the Grand Floridian. There's lovely park benches and lighting, and it's all paved with those wonderful walk around the world stones that are being ripped out.
Which they're taking out.
Yes. But then it just ends. There's a fence at the end, and it just ends. And there's like a little waterway that if they made like a little 30-foot bridge, it would get over that waterway. But they never did, because that's where the electrical water pageant boats come out. So
yeah, but why didn't they do an Epcot style bridge there?
It used to be. I swear, you used to be able to walk to the Grand Floridian. No.
It just
That'd
ends
be
at that little water. You could throw a rock to the other side, but you could not walk across it because that's where the barges come in for the electric water. Right. So now I guess they're building like one of those Uppiedownie bridges across there. So that
Uppiedownie bridge?
What are they
That's
called?
the technical term.
No, it's
engineer. What's it called?
A Uppiedownie
bridge.
Right. You know what I'm saying? One of these. Uppiedownie.
It could be that, or it could be just
invented by Edward Uppiedownie in the 18th century.
Lord Edward Uppiedownie.
That's right.
In 1875. What?
See? An engineer is telling you it must be true.
Read a history of bridges.
So kids, if you think about it, as you're going from what is it? Is it Japan to Equatorial Africa in Epcot? They have one of those bridges right there.
And you would never notice it when it's closed. You just think that it's a real normal bridge, but they can open it to get the illumination boats in there.
The layman's term is a drawbridge, but no one calls it that.
No, I think of a drawbridge as the thing on a castle that goes down, and then you pull the chain and it goes back. Is he right?
Jason's right. Yeah,
it's a Uppiedownie sounds better. You guys know.
Uppiedownie Bridge. Yeah. So I got a question about this. Okay, how are the guests at the Grand Floridian going to feel at midnight when all of a sudden 1 million people decide to walk it by their rooms? And,
but you know what? The pathway isn't that close to the buildings. Maybe it comes close to like a little corner here or there. But my feeling is too bad, so sad.
No, you know what I think they ought to do? They ought to bring back the little guard box and the resort IDs and check your resort ID and make sure you're at one of the resorts in order to pass. They used to have that.
I can't walk to the.
You used to have that. You couldn't walk to the Contemporary back in 1974. You had to stop at the guard box and go, okay, here's my resort ID.
I remember the buses were like that a long time.
Yeah, they checked. Yeah, they checked your. I bring it back. Freeloaders.
Do not bring it back. I would rather put on another quarter mile of walking than stand in that garbage in the night with crying.
You know what? It could be if it's a nice night.
That's a lot longer than a quarter mile walk.
It's a lot. I'd say
it's close to a mile.
Okay.
So you know what? That's a challenge. Somebody needs to go out there and actually take one of those little wheelie things and.
Or you have this thing.
Or you could go that GPS.
Yeah.
You could do with those modern day newfangled GPS
I like
things.
the little rolly.
I like the visual better. Of
how many ticks was that? I lost count. Start over.
I like that better. It's more accurate, right, Jason?
Yes.
Join me in here. Engineer.
We'll have an engineer go out and check it out and miscount and.
But I'll bet you could probably do
English.
I don't know. Can we do
metric? Has to be metric.
You could probably do Google Maps or something and just kind of figure out.
The worst case scenario that I've had to do is we walked to the Contemporary to try and get on the resort monorail from there. But
I've done that.
I've done it where I've gone and the resort monorail, by the time we got to the Contemporary, the resort monorail went down, of course. So
see that never used to happen.
From the entrance of the Contemporary, the Uber came, picked us up, and drove us to the Ticket and Transportation Center. But they can't take you right to your car, so then they drop you off where you can get the trams to your car. It was planes, trains, and automobiles. It was driving me crazy, and I'm like, if I could just walk it, I would be out of everybody's way, and less people crammed into the monorail.
Yeah, see, I agree with Patty Stark. The walkway's right in front of the Poly, and you'd have to pass the bungalows and many of the rooms to get to the Transportation and Ticket Center. That is true. The walkway goes actually through the resort.
Don't care. Have security there.
I don't like this idea.
Tell them to
riff-raff.
I don't care.
Riff-raff. Street rats.
I'll be quiet.
Nope. Nope.
I don't know. I don't buy that.
I'm agreeing.
You probably still get the people who take the resort launches over there and then walk to the TTC anyway. So they're walking through the resorts anyway.
Can I just get it then?
when you could take the resort launch from.
But nobody's doing that. Like, I mean, reality is when you're coming out and at the end of the night, you're just a normal visitor who's not at one of those resorts. You don't know what those are
calling normal, sir.
No, a lot of people don't even know.
Normal.
They don't know about the resort launches and stuff like that, or the resort taking the resort monorail. It's like I got to go to this one. That's where I'm going. You know, they figure the other one doesn't go there.
Ferry they came across on, and that's it.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not. But
whatever. For the people that do know the little tidbits and tricks like that, then the question I feel like that would ease the congestion.
Yeah,
well, the 100,000 people who listen to this podcast, we give it to them all that information. So
don't advertise. Just quietly.
It's like that Liberty Mutual commercial where the guy's in the dark and all of a sudden, no. You're welcome, Liberty Mutual, for the plug.
Liberty.
But you know what? Liberty. Worst jingle ever.
Bunch of guys into the conference room. We need a jingle in the next 5 seconds.
I know. Liberty. Beautiful.
Put in the words later. There is no later. Go.
Did you guys know that emu?
Yes.
Is that Limu is just short for Liberty Mutual? Mm-hmm. That's why they chose it. All right, I didn't know that. Anyway, getting back on topic. So I think what the walkway will end up being, honestly, is like the resort launches and the resort monorail. I think it'll be something where people will assume, and they'll probably have signage up that says walkway to the Grand Floridian or something like that. And they won't stay
all the way around.
But people like you, on the other hand, will enjoy your leisurely walk and visit to Trader Sam's.
And I'll just keep it on the DL. We won't tell anybody, but that's the way I'm headed. Shh,
okay.
Don't tell anybody. Patty Stark says, Carolyn, there's always an exception for you. You can walk in front of my room at the Poly anytime. Well, if I knew it was your room, I'm going to just hoot and holler as I go by.
How's
it going? Woo!
And saying, excuse me, pardon me, sorry.
In coming through.
So, yeah, I will have to see how that actually shakes out. I don't know, but I do like the idea that they're finally doing it. Of course, it would have been better when it was the walk around the world, and people paid for those stones to be able to walk around the world. And then that leaves the other question then, of course, is are they going to complete the other side?
The other side, yeah.
That's really long.
What's that?
You'd have to have some kind of a bridge over by the fort. You'd have to have a weird Fort Wilderness bridge to get across there. That's a wide lake.
Well, I mean, you have to, if they somehow routed it underneath the water with the.
Oh yeah,
where the tram thing needs to go.
No. If you go around that way, you're going to hit the water where people go through to get to Fort Wilderness and Wilderness Lodge. That's a wide waterway that you can't have a bridge that big over.
Well, there's roads that go that way. I mean, it depends on where the walkway goes, I guess. So, I mean, I guess it depends on how far out they go. But still, it can be done. Disney can do anything. Except for build a resort on that property that seems like it should have a resort and never has.
Yeah.
Because the pylons keep sinking.
Speaking of the world and water.
Okay.
A lot of people love the Fountain of Nations at Epcot. Well,
not
for long. It was just announced. Phase 2 of the reimagining is going to start at Epcot. So phase 1 was basically just moving all the legacy monoliths, as well as, I guess, redoing the garden areas. So that has actually already started. If you haven't seen some of the pictures, John Hoyt has been posting on our Facebook and Instagram. He's actually shown some pictures of what that area is starting to look like. And the area just behind Spaceship Earth is now going to be the second area they reimagine, and that's mostly going to start September 8th. So here's the rundown of all the changes. So starting September 8th, the Fountain of Nations will close, but their official statement is...
I'm going to sit back and relax here.
This
is a long list.
They will look forward to honoring our past and celebrating our future with the Epcot family soon. So there's a rumor there will be a new fountain as part of the Imagining, but it's going to be like kind of off to the side somewhere and not really as the centerpiece of that area. Club Cool will also close September 8th, but they will reopen a similar offering as part of the Epcot's Evolution.
So
Epcot
that means
spot.
That means like Beverly and all those funky kinds of Fanta and stuff, and Veggiebito or whatever it's called.
So here's the thing. So a lot of people have been kind of lamenting that, but one thing people may not realize is actually, now it's not free, but neither is getting into Epcot. You can get almost all that stuff at the Coca-Cola store on the rooftop bar in Disney Springs. At least in April, like they actually had Beverly there. So they had, I think, almost all of those things.
Each of those flavors, though, is from a country. So, like, Beverly is Italian, so maybe you'll be able to go get a little shot glass of Beverly in the Italy pavilion. And if you want the Veggiebita, whatever country that's from.
Right? Yeah.
But in recent years, there's been ways to get that. Harambe Market in Animal Kingdom actually has several of the African sodas there for purchase. And then the Rooftop Garden on the Coca-Cola store in Disney Springs you can do like a whole international flight. So obviously that's not free, but really when you're paying to get into Epcot, it really wasn't free either. It was part of your admission. So
I could fill up my thermos with
so if you missed that, definitely maybe check out the Coca-Cola store in the meantime in Disney Springs. Character Spot will also close September 8th. But it looks like most of those areas are just moving around. So check a guide when you get there, depending on when you visit. The characters will be in different places. It looks like most of them, including Mickey Mouse, will be moving to the Image Works area of the Imagination Pavilion. Mouse Gear will temporarily close in the winter, but of course a temporary location will be opened. Art of Disney will close temporarily. Again, they're also saying, but we'll move to Heritage Manor, which I think is in the American Adventure Pavilion. Will be the new home for Art of Disney offerings. Kind of makes that sound like permanently.
Maybe that's crazy. Is that the like the little museum thing inside the American Pavilion?
I don't know. I didn't think that was called Heritage
Manor. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
Penn Central will also close. What is currently the Camera Center will become Penn Central.
That makes sense, actually.
The Camera Center will close then to make way for that. And then basically just go find a cast member if you have PhotoPass questions, because apparently that's the only thing people went to the Camera Center for.
Yeah,
I don't think. Yeah, I mean, with cell phones, folks are just not
printed anymore.
Cameras.
Fountain View Cafe is closing, but a temporary location will open inside the Osprey. Yep.
You'll get a Starbucks, don't worry.
And then,
what about the electric umbrella, Jason? Tell me the electric umbrella is staying.
It's not. Stop going out of order, John.
Okay.
The 90s are officially over in Epcot, and Inventions will close down completely.
Okay. All right. Stop. I have things to say about this. I'm upset.
I'm going to sit back for this
one.
Well,
no, I mean, I'm not so upset about Inventions going away. I am upset about them
Communicore
tearing those two buildings down. They are huge spaces of air-conditioned comfort that when the Epcot designers in 1982 opened it up, were smart enough to put that crap in the front of the park because they knew people were going to walk out around their 8-mile walk around the back of the park, and then they were going to want to come back and like cool down, and they were going to want a place to relax, and there was stuff in there to do. I mean, why couldn't these buildings have been repurposed in some way, shape, or form instead of torn down?
They might. I mean, it's not official yet.
One of them is going away. It looks like.
It seems like, yeah. Now they will release those plans at D23. They have announced that.
I'm mad.
Got it.
And especially, look. And the other thing, forget it. He's rolling. And then the other thing is like, you know what? The designers, look, it was all about symmetry. I mean, you look at Epcot and the way it was designed and how there was a yin to the yang and there was a left to the right and the pavilions and things were spaced around and there was a logic to it and the flow to it. And the thought that they might be leaving one Communicore building and tearing the other one down, holy crap, that's going to mess with me. Stop it.
Okay. Now, right. I'll take it one.
John is angry.
We're done with the list yet.
Freaking out.
That's 1982's John freaking out right there.
So, if anyone
bring back Horizons while we're at
interventions, that was Colortopia and Nanu's Break were the last two intervention exhibits. So, store that in your Disney trivia caps for later.
Okay. Hold on.
And then
do not go any further. Stop there, Jason. This is my time now.
Uh-oh.
No, you have two humongous, I mean, think of how huge those buildings would be if you cleared it all out. Now it's just one big giant hangar. Now, don't you think that they could throw together two kid-friendly dark rides, flat level, indoor,
in that space.
people eaters that are just omni-movers, keep going for kids? You've already got the building. You don't have to build a new building. Just fill
it doesn't have to be just for kids.
It could be something. It's future world. You could do one of like the history of the computer and have like the astuter computer man come back and show you like this is how we made computers. Whatever. You could make it a cutesy little thing, two cutesy little futuristic based things that would be people eaters. Good for little kids because God knows Epcot is turning into like thrill ride. What the heck are the 3-year-old kids
and festival, thrill ride, festival.
And drink.
Well,
hey, no,
I have an idea. One rumor is for more festival space.
Wait. I have an idea. How about in one of the Communicore pavilions we do a history of transportation? That might be.
I don't know. That just sounds.
Or like the future of
like where
inventions and communication.
And then they go to the end of it, where you're in a future city or something like that. I don't know.
Unfortunately, nobody wants to learn.
I don't care.
Learning.
If it was a real
history is learning.
Okay, but that's the thing, though.
You know what?
People will ride something if it's a ride. Who cares what it's about? I mean,
people don't know what they like.
But when it's
we know what the people like.
If you build it, they will come.
Like a walk around thing. Yeah. Then they don't have I don't think they have a metric of figuring out how many people to come in every day into this pavilion of inventions where there's like one thing to do. People walk in and are like, yeah, this place is dead. I'm leaving. But if there was a ride, people will be like, let's just go on this ride because it's cute and air conditioned. I don't know.
I'm all about the air conditioning.
Definitely in Florida that works. So to finish the list, now if I may, unless Justin wants to go on a rant. No?
Jason,
all right.
I'm gonna get mad.
He's all ranted out. So the electric umbrella is also closing.
No, not the electric. Oh, okay, I'm better.
So it'll close. They said winter in the official announcement.
Anywhere from
on the operational calendar, it will end November 23rd. So not clear if it will be really just refurbished. They do say new dining options will be available in the future, 2035, featuring a variety of food and beverage selections. So it sounds like
they're going to get my chicken nuggets.
At the Super Premium Hard Ticket Chicken Nugget Party.
Odyssey Pavilion. Aren't they going to use that for food now?
Starbucks. That's where
Starbucks is going to go.
Yes. And isn't the American location?
I'm excited about that, actually.
Oh, yes. The American staying at Epcot, Liberty Inn.
Yes. This is good news.
Yeah. Become the Regal Eagle, hosted by Sam Eagle. No. It should be hosted by Sam Eagle.
Lying, but that would be
Mr. Eagle.
It's going to be American barbecue, which started quite a discussion on the boards as to what is American barbecue.
Is it Memphis style or is it Carolina style?
Right.
Or will they have both?
Texas.
I think they should have them all.
Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Nuggets available.
They better have a burger.
Carolyn, we're going to have to upgrade your menu to more than chicken nuggets.
I need my.
Can we get you to chicken strips?
I could do that.
The boneless chicken strips.
And a craft. It's going to be a craft brewery as well. So they weren't quite clear as to whether or not they'd actually be doing beer brewing there, or it's just going to be like a craft beer place that's importing it from somewhere else. But anyway.
Very good, Kevin. Very good, Kevin. Yes.
Kudos to Kevin. Kevin Kauffman says it's a celebration of all barbecues, but mostly American. Thank you, Kevin.
That is a good one.
That's good.
In Canada, barbecue is the thing that you cook on.
Not something you eat.
In the U.S. too. That's also the style of food.
That would be called a grill?
Yeah, no, it's called a barbecue.
You have a barbecue pit.
Barbecue grill.
Yeah, a barbecue pit.
Hey, what are you doing this weekend? Oh, we're going to have a barbecue at our house.
Barbecue.
We have pulled pork. We're making hot dogs and hamburgers.
Yeah.
Fancy.
Well, see, if I said we're going to barbecue, it would mean we're cooking out. If we're having barbecue, then that would mean we're having
pulled pork.
You have to use contextual clues
of some sort. What's that?
You have to use contextual clues.
Exactly.
Oh, I see.
Silly language stuff.
Yeah, quite. So while we're on the topic of food,
yes, please.
Believe it or not, we probably need to get your reaction.
Walking on it.
So, have you heard about the new summer dish out in California? So we're hopping coast here.
A summer dish?
But at the Sandbar Lounge at the Paradise Pier Hotel, they have a new type of burger. Are you ready for this?
They have a new burger?
A new burger.
Wow.
It is a spaghetti burger.
Wait, what?
Yeah, spaghetti burger.
Okay, I'm picturing what
they have craft dinner burgers up here, where it's a burger.
Yeah, so we have a picture of it on the boards. It's linked off our front page under the Dish on Disney Dining Summer 2019 edition.
So what is it?
So it is a beef patty with mozzarella cheese, sun-dried tomato spread, and then it's sandwiched between two buns made of deep fried spaghetti, basically.
Okay,
Does that make it crispy into like a blob of noodles that are stuck together?
Yeah, that's basically what it looks like.
So if I was making a spaghetti burger, here's how I would do it. I would make your patty of meat a glorified meatball. I would put a marinara sauce on top then layer it with some mozzarella. Then I would take spaghetti noodles and I would deep fry them so they're crispy, like crunchy little noodle, almost onion strength, and then put it on a brioche bun and we'd be done.
Yep, I would eat that.
Okay.
We have a craft dinner craft dinner burger up here that everybody always gets. It's like
Disney, I'm giving that to you.
With macaroni on top of it. So I could see what you were making, a glorified meatball with the sauce, and I'd eat that.
It would be great. It'd be like eating a meatball sandwich with some crunchy noodles on top. And
I'm looking at the picture of this right now, and it just seems the second you take a bite of it, it's just going to disintegrate.
Yeah, I don't want a crunchy bun. I like fishy buns.
But it's
fishy buns. I don't want a crunchy bun with the noodle crunch on either end of my burger.
Interesting.
And don't order it from whatever that was called.
What's a noodle burger from Disney show Baymax 6? I don't understand the reference.
Do they have a noodle burger on Baymax 6? I've never watched it. Noodle Burger Boy is one of the villains, she says. Noodle Burger Boy.
I never even heard of Baymax 6.
This was terrible synergy. No one's getting the reference.
I don't know.
This whole burger to tie into the show, and no one's making the connection except for Patty.
All right. I don't know. I don't get it. But
other honorable mentions for summer food, hopping back to Walt Disney World.
Okay.
So I guess it's not exactly new, but they just started promoting it. I guess it is. I guess it is new for this summer. Wine Bar George has a Dole Whip Froscata sugar cookie sandwich. So it's a spiked Dole Whip in between two sugar cookies.
Why?
Frozen Dole Whip.
It has vodka in it.
Oh, okay. You sold me.
You just mentioned like vodka before we started.
You sold me.
Yeah. So it's like a Dole Whip, a cookie sandwich, basically.
I don't know, not exciting me. I mean, I like Dole Whips, but it's not. I don't know. I would rather just have some Dole Whip soft serve or mixed with some vanilla dumped in between, and that's fine. I don't need the vodka added.
You like to have a strawberry Dole Whip?
That's they exist.
I know they now have those in Disney World though. But
they
have lime ones too.
Dole Whip. Okay, I'm just going to read this because I don't understand what this is. Jason, you explain this. Following in the tropical footsteps of the heart of Te Dole Whip, Pineapple Lanai at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort has introduced another exclusive Dole Whip. This one is a bit of a twist, literally and figuratively. The new lemon lime swirl Dole Whip is a secret menu item priced at $4.99, but that's only at Polynesian lemon lime.
Yeah.
And it's a secret menu item, which means it's not on the menu, so you have to ask for it, which is weird.
That is weird because then they're going to have a big stockpile of lemon lime Dole Whip in the back going bad.
Just sitting there, that nobody ever orders.
People reported like it wasn't available every day, so it was like whether or not they got the shipment of the, I guess, lemon Dole Whip in, because like you said, John, they have started doing the lime Dole Whip some places. So
yeah, I mean,
I don't know if there's any Dole Whip left that they've not introduced at Disney World now that they just did strawberry. That's at.
It used to be Dole Whip was very unique and exclusive, and it was Disney and the Dole plantation on Hawaii or whatever. That was the only place you could get it. Now, I mean, you go down to your local Sweet Frog and you pay like $18 for a cup that's about this big because you fill it up too much and you don't know what you're doing. Mm-hmm. That's right. I'm talking to you, Carrie, who's watching this. We did this, Carrie and Madison both. We went down and got some Dole Whip with some soft serve, and it was like 15.
And then you have to weigh it, and then put toppings on it. It weighs even more. Yeah.
By the time we were done, we were like, we should have just gone to the Hilton Head Disney Resort and got it there because it would have been a flat rate per cup. I mean, it was just ridiculous. But to the point, they had, they've had lime, strawberry, orange, lemon. Chocolate. Yeah, I don't know about chocolate. They have chocolate.
Yeah, they have briefly.
Swirl the Dole Whip of orange, or is that?
They have both now after the riots of April last year. Yeah, the Dole Whip riots. Yeah, they tried to hush that down in the paper.
Dole Whip riots.
It was terrible.
I have a question for the crew here and listeners.
They have both. Orange Dole Whip and citrus swirl now.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Now, if I go and say I want to get a Dole Whip, and I go and I get a Dole Whip, but I get a swirl.
Right.
Is that still not getting a Dole Whip? Someone actually yelled at me once, because I said I wanted to get a Dole Whip, and I took a picture, and they're like, who are you kidding? That's a swirl. But it's
it's got to
be as long as it's a swirl of Dole Whips.
Right. But you still would consider that a Dole Whip, correct?
Dole Whip swirl is still a Dole Whip, yes. Okay. What they probably thought you were getting was a citrus swirl. They probably got confused and thought.
No, I said I was getting a Dole Whip, and they said, no, that's a swirl, not a Dole Whip.
That would require reading comprehension, though.
Silly language stuff again.
Yeah, silly language stuff again.
So when you get a swirl, what is it mixed with? You have
Dole Whip.
Yeah, but then it's like vanilla.
Dole Whip. It's all Dole Whip.
Well, it's a
citrus swirl.
It's Dole Whip mixed with soft serve.
Yeah,
soft serve.
Dole Whip is soft serve.
Right.
So, would you still consider that a Dole Whip?
Yes.
This sounds like Seinfeld. Well, we do talk about nothing. That's true.
Right. Yes, that is a Dole Whip.
I wanted justification for myself. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Yes. So, all right, are we clear? Do we know it?
Yes, we now know what a Dole Whip.
Okay, I'm just checking.
The reason why the citrus swirl is different, in case anyone's wondering, it's frozen orange juice. It's a slush. It's not a swirl. A slush is not a swirl.
Correct.
Okay. Jason, did you prepare this?
What?
Did you?
Wait a minute. if it's juice and I'm confused. What?
Dairy product?
Juice?
I'm just saying words at this point.
I know. What are you talking
Silly language.
about? God.
The citrus swirl is an orange slush swirled with vanilla soft serve.
Right.
The citrus,
Not a Dole Whip.
I mean,
which is not a Dole Whip.
but a Dole Whip is more of a ice creamy sort of, or not ice cream, but ice. It's not ice milk either.
Edible
So
oil
what is
product.
it? Yeah, I know. What is it?
Frozen pineapple.
If someone from the Dole Corporation can chime in here, we'd like to know.
And send us 5 cases of Dole Whips.
Yes, while you're at it.
Whatever they are, but we need them in the name of science.
Intercot Laboratories. We need to just
Testing laboratories. We'd like to see.
But Jason, do you know what we're doing about the ice cream flavors, that wine bar George? What a dumb name.
I think there was a memo that we're changing that to the cotton candy at Goofy's Candy Company.
Oh, right. Okay. All right.
Our the interdepartment memo 2 might be stuck again.
I'm going
to follow out in Canada.
Yes, report. Okay.
I don't understand what's going on. But
I'm completely lost.
Right.
You guys completely lost me.
It's everyone's favorite game with now a twist. So we're going to guess
the swirl.
Or new swirl, yes. So we've done guess the fake churro flavor a couple times.
Okay.
This is going to be guess the fake cotton candy flavor.
Mm-hmm.
So Goofy's Candy Company in Disney Springs recently introduced 14 flavors of cotton candy.
Okay.
So it's be 3 rounds.
All right.
All are real except for one.
Okay.
You have to guess the fake one.
Okay. So this is audience participation too.
Of course, yes. So we'll pause a little bit for the audience participation while our expert panel here uses their abaci and calculators to determine the
Abaca.
Oh yeah, you have to wait for
Pearl
that
abacus.
to catch up to where we are and for them to see it.
Okay.
So yeah, I understand.
Space
So,
time continuum.
It's Christmas in July. They have several Christmas flavors that will be available year-round. So I'm going to list off 3 flavors. 2 are real, 1 is fake.
Okay.
So the flavors are cotton candy. Keep in mind that may help you with your deductive reasoning.
Doesn't all cotton candy taste the same? It's just different.
No, it does not. You're going to do very bad at this game.
purely-
I want the blue flavor.
They're all different flavors. So the flavors are
very bad at this game.
again, one is fake. The flavors are candy cane, gingerbread man, or eggnog.
Ew. Eggnog.
Candy cane, gingerbread man, or eggnog.
Okay.
and this is Christmas.
Ain't allowed to waste time here.
Flavors.
Candy cane, that would be an easy peppermint flavor, peppermint extract to make the candy floss.
Cotton candy floss, right? Yep.
Yeah, we call it candy.
What was the third one? I'm sorry. Gingerbread. And what was the first?
Candy cane, gingerbread man, or eggnog.
Gingerbread, you would just add in like ginger and nutmeg to the mix.
I'm going to go candy.
Eggnog. Ugh. Who
Final
wants
answer.
eggnog flavored crap in the middle of summer?
I am saying that candy cane man, or wait, is that
Gingerbread man.
Together. Candy cane, gingerbread man, or eggnog.
How
We
many-
created a new character today, Candy Cane Man.
Candy cane man? I think that was a movie, wasn't it?
Superhero.
Candy Man.
That was Candyman, yes.
Candy man. All right, go close enough. Yeah, no, I'm going with gingerbread man. I don't think that is.
Justin, have you guessed yet?
'Cause
Yes, I
you
said
added
candy cane.
I'm saying eggnog. I'm with Patty.
Oh, the
We have
panel.
3 answers. Ooh.
And the winner is Carolyn. It is
Oh. I mean, yay.
It's eggnog.
eggnog.
Is the fake one? Oh
disgusting.
man, I want some
I like
eggnog.
eggnog just fine, but I don't. I'm going to have this nice sweet bag of eggnog.
Eggnog candy floss.
It's like walking around with, milk, blue milk, and
Babe.
a hedge.
Maybe if they put rum in it, it'd be fine.
So round 2. This is all
All right.
about summer flavors. So summer flavors. So they, in addition to their year-round flavors, they introduced several seasonal flavors.
Barbecue?
So I'm going to list out how many? Is this? 5. 1,
Barbecue candy floss.
Five. So I'm going to list out 5 flavors,
Does that come with
and one of them is fake. 4 are real, 1 is fake. All right, so here are the flavors.
Right.
Sweet mesquite,
Okay.
key lime, strawberry, or limoncello. So I guess I only had 4.
Limoncello?
What was the second one? You cut out.
Sweet mesquite, key lime, strawberry, or limoncello.
Mesquite.
So sorry, 3 are real, 1 is fake. 4 of them.
The 3 of them are like fruit flavors, and 1 of them is meat
One of
flavor.
them is meat. I know. I'm going to have to go with sweet mesquite.
Can we please name this podcast meat flavored cotton
Meat
candy?
flavored candy floss.
Yes.
It was funnier. Yeah.
I'm going to go with the last one, the lemon.
Limoncello.
Limoncello.
Have you ever had limoncello?
Never even heard of it.
It's made of
Really?
lemon.
Yeah, it's lemons. It's a
And
lemon
limoncello.
Italian, like a dessert wine.
Limoncello.
Yeah, limoncello.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay.
Nothing better with some sugar cookies.
It's
All right. So the comments, Patty has also guessed sweet mesquite.
Patty, you're right.
Yep.
I know it.
So, drum roll. Anyone?
It's limoncello, isn't
The
it?
winner is Justin. It's limoncello. They don't really have sweet mesquite.
Now I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to buy it because I gotta know what meat flavored cotton candy is.
What is meat flavored cotton candy?
It's gonna be like
It's a flavor
color.
of summer for sure. Why that's cotton candy flavor, I'm not really sure.
It's probably good.
Yeah.
If they could stick it, you know what they need is a stick of beef jerky in the bottom of it, and then you put the sweet mesquite around it.
Hey, there you go.
Slim
All right.
Ah,
So round 3, I got ahead of myself. Round 3 is 5 flavors,
Okay.
4 real, 1 fake.
all right. Okay.
So round 3 is all about sweet flavors.
Okay.
So the flavors are birthday cake, bubble gum, chocolate, cinnamon bun, or cookie dough.
This is a tough one.
What was
Birthday
it?
cake.
Say them again. Birthday cake?
Birthday cake, bubble gum, chocolate, cinnamon bun, cookie dough.
Okay, chocolate. It's too obvious.
It's too obvious, and I think it would be too close to cookie dough.
And can I just say, I want some birthday cake candy floss.
Yeah. Make that
I
happen.
love birthday cake anything. I'm so
That up in
disappointed.
the Epcot laboratories.
Folks from Dairy Queen, if you are listening, please bring back the Blizzard. The birthday cake Blizzard was the best Blizzard ever, and I want it back.
It's a toss up for me between
you know the
chocolate
irony.
and cookie dough.
You know the irony here. The flavor that they have now, cotton candy.
Which we don't know what flavor that is anymore.
So circular.
No, we don't.
No.
So
I said
Carolyn, did you
okay.
pick?
Patty says chocolate. I'm going
Okay.
away from Patty this time. I'm going to say cookie dough.
I think it's chocolate.
Justin?
Did you guess?
Oh, I said birthday cake.
It's a birthday cake. Okay.
Yeah.
And the fake flavor is chocolate. Yep.
Oh,
I
okay.
should have stuck
So
with Patty.
surprisingly, after all those sweets, they did not add chocolate.
Because it's too obvious.
Well, yeah. Why don't you just buy chocolate? then?
Oh, just get a chocolate. Yeah, I mean, just go buy a Mickey bar.
They have strawberry.
Chocolate. No, that's true. But I don't know. But still no cherry churro.
Still no cherry churro.
Elusive.
Only in John's mind.
It's not funny.
That's funny for us.
I know it is. It's like mythical. It's like
Is that all of the category?
Oh, that's so
Only 3 rounds. Only 4.
We all got one. We need a tiebreaker.
Uh-oh.
No, that's
Well, hold on.
it all.
We can do the ice cream round as a tiebreaker if you want.
Okay,
Pull that up here.
let's do that. It's always fun.
This is that.
All right. So what
Jason,
Carolyn was referring to is that the wine basket, I think it's called, or no, the basket.
No, it's the basket at Wine Bar George.
There you go.
Where is Wine Bar George? Sorry. Did I miss that? Where
It's
that
at
is?
Disney Springs.
Oh, okay.
They have a bunch of new ice cream flavors, but some of them are ridiculous.
Right. Which Carolyn's read, so I'm not sure she can really.
No,
you
know what? I purposely didn't look. I saw one of them, and then I'm like, wait, I'm not going to look at that because I want to play a game.
Okay. All right. We need some music while I'm getting this ready.
Some dialing music.
I have no idea what this is.
We get clearance to use
it?
All right.
Here we go. All right. So at why can't I think of the name of it? Yeah. So at The Basket at Wine Bar George, they've introduced some artisanal ice cream flavors. They are priced at $3 a scoop. If any of these sound good to you. So our super duper special ultimate lightning tiebreaker round will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 flavors. 5 are real, 1 is fake. And the flavors are chocolate bacon, strawberry shortcake, chocolate bourbon, guava mango, sorghum black pepper, or coconut avocado.
Sorghum. The heck's sorghum?
Oh, you can see that on your
sour gum
houses at the land. They grow sorghum. It's like a sweet thing.
I'm sorry. Can you repeat the answers again? I'm sorry.
Sure. They are chocolate bacon, strawberry shortcake, chocolate bourbon, guava mango, sorghum black pepper, or coconut avocado.
And only one is fake?
Only one is fake.
I feel like strawberry shortcake is too plain.
Coconut avocado. Doesn't sound right.
I'm going with the guava one.
No, I'm just going to...
mango, whatever.
We got any guesses from the audience yet?
This is for us.
It's just for us. That's right. Sorry. Tiebreaker.
We're tie-breaking.
Okay, I'm saying strawberry shortcake because it's too obvious. Okay. It's got to be weird.
Patty's playing too, though.
Patty said...
winner is Justin. It's guava mango. I just made that up here on the spot.
No, Justin, I said guava mango.
Did you?
I said the mango.
Yeah.
I said the mango thing.
You said
I said guava mango.
No,
coconut avocado. Oh.
Yeah. That's what you guessed.
Never mind. They're both horrible flavors.
Okay, and what do I win?
Who's eating coconut avocado?
High five.
You get to hang out with me in November.
Oh my God.
Yay, what a prize.
Disgusting.
I'm thinking about that one still.
It's very hard to return.
Okay. That would be a prize in itself.
Yes. So, those are the flavors. Surprisingly, they had chocolate bacon and chocolate bourbon, but I guess
that doesn't surprise me at all. Actually, have you had bacon and chocolate? It's wonderful.
Yes, it is very
bacon
good.
In anything is good.
But, they really have sorghum black pepper. That is an ice cream flavor, as well as coconut avocado. So head over to the Basket by Wine Bar George. It's next to the Plaid Blanket by Wine Bar George. And, get some ice cream.
That place Disney Springs has gotten very big, and there's stores and there's pathways that you just
Thanks, Captain Obvious.
No, but it's just like when we were walking towards Art Smith for April, we were walking and it was like, no, you can't go that path because if you go that way, you go over the water and you can't get there. It's just very bizarre pathways. So, yes, Disney Springs is big.
That's the
At least you said Disney Springs and not downtown Disney, John. I'm impressed with you. Very good.
I know. I didn't type the wrong thing. That's good.
So, speaking of getting around big places,
okay.
Touched on it earlier, but they have finally announced when the soon-to-be infamous Skyliner will be opening. So, for anyone wondering, it will be September 29th, 2019, 1 month to the day after Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens. A little odd. So you'll be able to ride that between Epcot and the studios with a line change near Caribbean Beach Resort or Caribbean Beach Resort.
So you're actually going to have to get off that,
yes,
and then get back. Yeah. That's convenient.
Yeah, not a continuous loop. So there are 3 lines, It's an Epcot to the main station, the main station to Studios, and then the main station to Hourglass Lake, which serves Pop Century and Art of Animation.
Gotcha.
Now, the weird thing is going to be the Riviera Resort is not opening until December. So I don't know if you're just going to like pass through that station or what you're going to do, because it looks like the stations sort of do a little circle loop thing as they come through at least the Studios and Epcot stations. So we're not sure what's really going to happen there, but they said all lines will be open except the stop at the Riviera Resort will not be open until it opens in December.
Yeah, you're just flying through it.
So that will be interesting. Some details on the gondolas also came out as they've started to construct things. You can start to see some of the signage has gone up. So CAST have been reporting what the signage is saying sort of behind the construction walls. So we do now know at least one age-old question has been answered. How many guests will a gondola hold? The answer is evidently 10. So 10 people, 2 benches, 5 guests seated on each bench.
Wow.
Or a stroller in the middle or whatever.
They're that big? They don't look that big.
So there are gondolas, and then there are mobility aid gondolas that only have 1 bench in them, and those can hold up to 6 guests. So 1 guest would it sounds like they're going to stay in either the ECV wheelchair or stroller, and then 5 on the bench across from them.
Right.
But the mobility aid must fit within a 30-inch by 48-inch space. So some of the similar restrictions on ECVs and strollers that the parks recently introduced will also obviously play into this as well. And then the flying elephant in the room has also been addressed. The operational hours have been listed as weather dependent. Which is kind of a between the lines way of saying they will not be operating them during a lightning storm.
And they never get lightning in Florida.
I have a feeling the high winds are a bigger concern, honestly. They've got enough natural and artificial lightning rods around the resort that I'm not sure lightning would be as much of a concern for them as much as the wind would be. But so there will be some weather restrictions to their operation as well. Still nothing about the heat other than they're saying the exteriors are highly reflective, so they'll reflect all the radiant heat away, and there will be a natural ventilation system. So,
had a nice picture, by the way, on our Facebook page today of a Star Wars
I saw that.
Gondola.
So starting September 29th, you'll be able to experience those for yourself.
Well, fantastic. We've been waiting.
Yep.
Or some people have been.
Now, It's been a while since we did a podcast, but since the last podcast, they announced that this kind of goes back to Star Wars, but not really. The select annual pass holders will receive early access to Galaxy's Edge when it opens in August. But before people had a chance to run right out and upgrade their passes or whatever, they increased the prices.
Shocker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
it's getting expensive.
I'm going to go through. This is not the renewal prices. I'm just going to quickly go through what the prices used to be and what they are up to now for each of the annual passes, in case you're wondering. The Disney Premier Passport, that is the one that gets you into both Walt Disney World and Disneyland. The price went up $150. It used to be $1,949. Now it's $2,099. So if you like to go to both coasts on the regular, that's your price now. The Disney Platinum Plus annual pass. Now that's the Platinum one that also, I believe, has water park.
Yes, the Platinum Plus has no blackout dates, water parks, everything. Right.
So if you're a non-Florida resident, like all of us here on the podcast, the price went up $225. So it used to be $994. Now it's $1,219. If you are a Florida resident or a DVC member, the price went up $150 from $849 to $999.
Good, great.
Yeah, that's if you like to go to the water parks in addition to the Walt Disney World parks. If you are like me and just need an annual pass to the theme parks, the Disney Platinum annual pass, again, there's no blackout dates. Non-Florida resident price went up $225, so it went from $894 to $1119. And again, there's a discount for Florida residents and DVC members that went up $150 from $749 to $899. And then you start to get into the ones that I think have blackout dates. So the Disney Gold annual pass, that's for Florida residents and DVC members only.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are DVC. The price went up $90, so $609 to $699. The Silver annual pass probably has way more blackout dates.
Yeah, I think that's like blacked out the whole summer and everything.
Yeah, that one's Silver.
December.
And that's Florida residents only. The price went up $50 from $479 to $529. Then there's two others here that are just for Florida residents: the Theme Park Select and the Weekday Select. The price remained the same on the Theme Park Select, but the Weekday Select went from $30 to $319, went up to $349. And then there's like a couple others that are Epcot after 4 annual pass. So I guess if you only want to go after,
you do the festivals. Yeah, you do the festivals after work. Yep.
That went from $289 to $309. And then if you have a water parks annual pass, it went up $9, $130 to $139. And water parks after 2 annual pass went from $79 to $89.
I got to say, if I was a local resident, that may be the best deal right there.
Yeah.
$130 for your water parks.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd spend that in 2 trips.
That's like cheaper than a lot of pool passes to like community pools and stuff like that. So, I mean, that seems
water parks are great.
out of all that. And I love the water parks there. So, yeah, I'm just saying.
So the only passes that non-Florida residents can get, and if they're not DVC, is just the Platinum Plus and the Platinum. That's
right.
it.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's why I did the last premiere. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so actually, I got the Platinum in April. I upgraded my ticket to that since I knew I was coming back in November.
Right.
So I think I looked. So basically, what I paid this year would be my renewal next year, which honestly, I don't, unless I go back twice again, I'm probably not going to do that. I'm probably going to try to make it out to Disneyland next year.
Yeah.
So I don't know. And I don't think the premium would, I'd even break even with that, even if I do Disney World and Disneyland the same year. So they definitely moved their break-even point almost to probably 3 trips a year to break even on the Platinum side. So they definitely moved that price
on each trip. But
yes, yeah.
Yeah, 2 years ago when they offered the DVC members the upgrade to the Platinum Plus for the price of the Gold, that was a no-brainer. Not that we've really used it that much, but, it was just no fee whatsoever. I was like, got to get that. So,
I mean, there are still the discounts that come with it. So, I mean, I guess if you're close, it still might be advantageous. But definitely going to have to look at the numbers a lot more now maybe than in past years if you're a pass holder.
Right. Earlier, John, you had put up a thing that my wife had put up about the prices for the hotels. What she was referring to was people were looking up for the Star Wars races are going on sale for Run Disney.
Right.
And the All-Stars, people are putting up all over $210 a night for All-Stars for the Star Wars weekend. The Art of Animation family suites were $575 a night. And the, Boardwalk, $673 a night for Star Wars
What
races.
view was that at the Boardwalk, do you know?
This is a garden view. The standard view was $647, and the water view was $796.
Ooh,
a night.
Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh!
I don't know what they're doing with their Star Wars. I
wonder if it's falling like right on top of a spring break peak period or something this year.
They usually don't try to have it around the same time, but I guess it's April.
It definitely, I'd say it overlapped last year because we definitely ran into some spring breakers that had no idea what this race was or why it was going on.
I think I could look it up, but I think it's the 17th starting on or the 16th of April. I can look up exactly when the runs are. It's also an anniversary year. This is the 5th year anniversary of the. The 16th to the 19th.
Well, Galaxy's Edge will be open then. Maybe they'll route a couple of the races through that.
And maybe that they're figuring, since it's Star Wars races and Galaxy's Edge open, but those prices are insane. I mean, we may be skipping
a lot of money.
We may be skipping it, this year. I'm not 100%, but that's crazy.
Yeah.
But some of us will be down there for November for Wine and Dine for the races. If anyone's around and wants to join us, we'll putting stuff on the boards of where we're gonna be and whatnot. If you want to join. Now, Carolyn, you're not running. You're just going to be down there.
I'm not running unless somebody breaks their leg and needs me to take over their bib. I'm just there to cheer you guys on. I accidentally slept through the purchase day, and
and if you do that on the 5K, you're done.
Yeah, it goes so quick.
Yeah. So I'm doing all 3 races. My wife is doing the 10K. Jason, you're doing the 5K.
Yep. So full marathon still available for January, Jason or Justin?
The full marathon is still available. We spoke about it. Yeah, no, we spoke about it. I kind of threw the gauntlet out there, and I'm still thinking about it.
The gauntlet has been laid.
The reality is, I mean, even if I was going to do it, which I might, who knows? But I couldn't train right now. I did just the 100-degree heat would kill me. So I have to kind of.
They have treadmills.
Yeah, we don't do this. I don't do treadmills.
Yeah, I hate treadmill running.
It's pretty much Nick's is the whole reason I would run. I'd run because I like seeing the outdoors.
When I was there last year, I had a 5-mile run, and I went out early in the morning. I went out at 7 a.m., and it was brutal.
I know. That's what I mean. And it's just so hot where I live. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I mean, but I don't know.
Well, it's January, so I mean, training for that really wouldn't start. I think it's a 19-week training plan. Yeah, I think it's a 19-week training plan according to the Run Disney. If you follow the Jeff Galloway plan, 19 weeks. So backdate that, whatever, September maybe.
October.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Okay, so, that might be possible. Yeah, because actually that's a nice time of the year where I live. So.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I'm doing the Wine and Dine half marathon. Well, the
Wine and Dine is what's the date of that? Again,
I'm going October 31st. I think it's like
October 31st to November 3rd.
Through the 3rd,
yeah. I believe we're there the 31st.
So in other words, I'd have to be training already before we decide if we're doing it.
Well, I mean, you can decide on your own if you want to do it.
No, if I ever did a marathon, I would do it with somebody.
Right.
A long time ago, Christine Warner from the podcast said she would do one. And there was another intercatee who offered at some point to do one with me, and I can't remember.
Wasn't me.
No, it wasn't me.
Well, like I said, I want to sign up for it, but I have to see how my knee lasts through the 3 races.
Yeah.
But
I got hip issues, so
yeah. So I mean, I want to do it. I do. It is a goal, but I got to see, because I know after I've done Wine and Dine last year and even Star Wars this year, I hurt for a good 2 weeks afterwards. At
least for a few days in my case, but yeah.
But let's try it. We'll talk. We'll discuss things.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to look like this by the time my race is over.
You still got a little bit of hair though in that, John.
I know, isn't that good? I like that. At age 90, I apparently. So we were just talking about this before the podcast, taking it off track. So, what is it? The Russian face app or whatever it is, or the Russian developed face app? It seems to be the rage on Facebook.
Sounds safe.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. Okay, folks, I am not. To be clear, I am not recommending you download that app. It's at your own discretion. whatever. But I definitely would not also allow them to post anything to your social media feeds. I took screenshots of that of me. But it does seem to be the rage right now on Facebook. Everybody's putting up these old pictures of themselves.
Yeah, so was the Tide Pod challenge for a while.
Well, okay, that seems a little more insane. But or the licking ice cream challenge.
Yeah.
Oh my God! What have we come to?
Just to go back, by the way, for a second, we do have someone on the podcast. On the website who does the full marathons, John Hoyt.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So maybe we can get him also, and then the three of us could run it.
He's fast.
The three amigos.
Yeah,
he's fast though.
I just want to finish.
I gotta be honest with you. I don't think John Hoyt trains for full marathons. I think he just goes out and runs them.
I didn't even know. I just saw there was post on Intercot one day during the marathon, and I'm like, who is running this? I had no idea he was running.
Yeah, like I said, he just goes out and runs it. I'm like,
yeah, why not?
Wow.
Man.
I do that with half marathons, but I mean, I can't ever imagine doubling that and trying to last.
Yeah. So, and by the way, just another shout out to John. You do an amazing job. Oh, John Hoyt, sorry. You do an amazing job with all the pictures and everything on the site.
Yes.
On all the social media. He puts up some great stuff.
Keeping it rolling.
Yep.
And, between him, Carolyn, and Cindy representing us lately at some events.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Toy Story event. Yeah.
Right down the middle.
I won't go into too much detail. I'll just give you the
By
short.
the way, Christina still hasn't called me, so.
Who?
The what?
Christina still hasn't called me.
Yes, I'll tell you about that.
Miss Hendricks.
Miss Hendricks.
Yes.
Okay, so here's what happened. So I was lucky enough to get to go down and for the Toy Story 4 press event that they had at Hollywood Studios. And thank you, John, for letting me go. It was so fun.
Yes, you Canada.
Thanks for going. That no one could believe that we were sending a rep from Canada.
You wouldn't believe there was other people from Canada, and there was one guy from Indonesia. Wow. Of all the places on earth. Weird, right? So it was a weekend event. They were allowing me and 3 guests. Well, luckily, I have 3 other members of my family. So my husband and kids got to come with us. It was so fun. So we went down. We picked up all our press passes. They gave us this really nice, huge red backpack. It had a Baby Bell Cheese logo on it and the Toy Story logo. It was crammed with this blanket and like pins and the pop socket for your phone, that kind of thing. So we got all kinds of goodies. And then, so the first day we had to pick up all our stuff, and then we had like fast passes for the weekend. It was great. Then we got
Rockstar fast passes, right?
Rockstar fast passes. It was like we had a limit depending on the park you were at. You just like walk in, tap your thing, and you got like 5 for this park and 10 for the Magic Kingdom. It was pretty cool.
Yep.
So the first day we got to go backstage. They have a little theater. We went into Toy Story Land, and there's a little cast member fence that you got to go behind, and they walked us back to this really neat building. I've never seen this building before. It looked like an office building. And
used to
inside,
be part of the animation department, by the way.
I think, it kind of had that same look to it. So they had a whole lobby full of really cool new Toy Story merchandise, and like the toy suppliers were in there with tables set up. And the coolest toy we saw, oh my goodness! I posted a video on our Instagram and Facebook, but it just looks like a Woody and a Buzz doll, and they stand up and they kind of look around and stuff. And then they'll talk, like they say certain phrases or whatever. But if you shout out, I think what's the phrase?
Andy's coming.
Andy's coming.
Oh, no, Andy's coming. Their faces go like this. They go, and then they go totally dead, and they fall over. Like something in their shoe makes them fall over, and they're like dead.
That's
and
awesome.
It's really cool. It was really neat to see. And they had like costumes, and they had Pop Funkos and clothing and all kinds of stuff. So we got a little sneak preview of some of the cool toys to do with the movie. And then we got to go into the theater, and it was just a teeny tiny little theater. I think for all the press that was there, we maybe filled like 3 or 4 rows, and they gave us all this Baby Bell cheese and water and popcorn to eat. Cheese in the middle of heat wave. So we got to see the movie, and it was hilarious. I thought the movie was quite funny. especially Duke Kaboom because he's Canadian. He's funny. So we got to see that. So that was the end of that. And then after the movie, they had a dinner party at Pizza Rizzo, and we got to go upstairs there. They had a special menu for us. It was like a buffet, and everybody was mingling around, and it was a good time. And then later that night, they closed down the Toy Story Land, and only we were allowed to go in on the ride. So literally, I think 100 times in a row, man, we would get off of Slinky Dog Coaster and get right back on. And we were you didn't have to sit with anybody because there was nobody there. So I had my own row. My kids each had their own row. We would have the whole train to ourselves. Right. And then we would get off and go right back around and back on. We went on it so many times. And all the cast members were saying, you'll never see this lineup this empty ever again. So we went on that and Midway Mania and the Swirling Saucers. So we had a good time. Back to the hotel. Then the next day, only I was allowed to go. I couldn't bring my kids, but we got to go to the press event. And oh my gosh, all of the famous people were there. It was so cool. So I went again back to the same little building in behind Toy Story Land, and they gave us this nice little lunch. And then they had us all line up against the wall. And who goes cruising right beside me? John Wick. Keanu Reeves was right there. And I'm it's so weird. You look like you look in the movie, but you're 3 feet from me, and it's just really crazy to see a famous person like that. I remember you were feeling the Matrix, and now you're right there, and I could spin on you if I wanted to, but you're right there. So, anyways, they broke the group into 2 groups. So there was the first, we all sat in the theater again, and I was in the little second row, and the first group had Keanu Reeves, Tim Allen, Christina Hendricks, and who you guys might know, she's the really beautiful redhead from Mad Men. She's the voice of Gabby in the movies. Anyways, and then and Justin wanted me to give her his phone number. So yeah, she's just running a little late, Justin. Okay. I'm sure she'll come.
I'm waiting. I'm still waiting.
And then they had the directors and the producers. So we got to ask questions, and they were hilarious. Tim Allen is so funny in real life, and they're just so quick on the draw with their answers, and they were really cool. So that was really neat. And then after that, there was a 10-minute break, and then they're okay, and now here's our second group. So the producers and the director came back out again, and they had Tom Hanks, Tony Hale, and who was Bo Peep, Designing Women. What's her name?
Yeah.
Oh my God, why can't I think of her name? You know who I mean.
Hold on. Yes, I
Google that. She's lovely lady. She used to be on Designing Women. She's the voice of Bo Peep. Anyways, they came out, and Tom Hanks is seriously funny. He had people would ask him questions. Annie Potts. Thank you.
You're welcome.
He had this big stack of folded up 1,000,000 times paper in his pocket, and somebody would ask him a question is there going to be a Toy Story 5? And he'd pull out this big wad of paper and set the microphone between his legs and do this big trying to unfold, and it would all in the microphone. He's let me just check what the studio allows me to say. They've got the points that I'm allowed to say and not say and stuff. And then he would read some random sentence from the points. He'd be there's your answer to that question. He was just so funny. And he's right there. Forrest Gump.
Tom Hanks.
Right there.
Modern day.
I remember sitting there thinking oh yeah, he was in that too. And he's right there. Oh yeah, he was in that movie too. And he's right there. It's just so weird. I'm you belong on a screen. You're not a real person. Yeah.
And he's right there.
So that was so fun. So we got to do that. And I posted, I went back to the hotel after, and I posted 999 million videos from that whole thing. And yeah, it was just hilariously fun. And it feels like it didn't happen because it just seems so crazy that I was there.
Doesn't it? And see, people don't understand. And by the way, #hosted. So this was a hosted event. Obviously, We were invited to that. But it does. There are times when you're at these sort of events, you're getting to do things that nobody else gets to do. You're getting to meet people that very few other people get to do. And it really does have kind of a surreal, almost plastic sort of moment.
Like I didn't belong here. This is really messed up that I'm here. How did I get here?
How did this happen? How did I get involved? And very grateful that they've been able to do stuff like that. And so I'm glad you got to experience that, and I'm glad you got to cover it.
It was so fun. So anytime you got more things. Oh yeah, 999 videos, but there was room for one more video.
One more video. Very sharp-witted.
Anyway, it was a great time, and I was only there for a couple days. Like, we showed up Friday morning and left Sunday at lunchtime. So it was a whirlwind, but it was a ton of fun.
You guys not get clobbered in airfare, like, going down there? I mean,
when we fly not internationally, if I flew out of Toronto, yes, I would be clobbered with airfare. But we took, like, the ridiculously early flight out of Buffalo, New York. I think our flight left at 5 a.m.
Okay.
So it's always cheaper. It's super duper early. And out of Buffalo, I think each of our flights was like $150 or something.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm glad you were able to do it.
No, I'm always searching for cheap airfare. So anytime you need me to go down, I can
New York for you.
Oh, for me to get to Buffalo, New York is like an hour and a half.
Oh, well, that's close.
Yeah, the airport is only like 20 minutes from the Canadian border inside Buffalo. It's not even technically Buffalo. It's like, it's close.
And, you just have to get through the one guy with the little gate that he hand puts up at the border.
No, it's a big border.
Oh, okay.
And then you go across Grand Island.
Hold on a second. I got to go over here. Okay, go through. Wait a second. I got to close it now.
No, it's a real border.
Okay, it is? Wow.
It's quite a lot bigger than that, yes.
Okay.
But yeah, it's easy for us to fly out of there, and it's infinitely cheaper than flying from Toronto. So yes, thank you very, very much for allowing me to go. I had an amazing time. And we got these big giant lanyards here. This is going to be the best segue ever. Are you ready?
Okay, wait, I'm waiting.
Okay. We wore these big giant lanyards that said press on them, so you felt like a really cool person. But you know who else gets to wear big, huge lanyards that makes them feel really cool? Is the people going to the Disney After Hours event.
Oh, wow. That's nice how you did that.
Very smooth.
All right.
Very smooth. Okay, so they've added some more dates for the Disney After Hours event.
Okay.
Is this the villains one or just the?
It just says the Disney After Hours event.
These are just the regular ones.
Okay.
Yeah. So today is July 17th. So I'm only going to tell you the dates after July 17th. So at Magic Kingdom, August 22nd, August 29th, September 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th. That's Magic Kingdom. Hollywood Studios, you've only got a couple left. One is July 19th, 2 days from now, and July 26th. Animal Kingdom has the most. July 22nd, 29th, August 5th, 12th, 19th, and 26th, and September 3rd, 9th, 16th, and 23rd. So if you want to go to one of those, tickets are on sale now for those following dates.
So now the Magic Kingdom, with them having the after hours, the villains after hours, and then starting next month, the Halloween parties, Magic Kingdom is going to be closing very early.
Yeah,
probably, yeah.
Well, it doesn't close that early for the after hours because it is literally after hours.
That's true. Right.
Yeah, but since the parties start next month because it's Halloween in August for some reason.
Yay.
That'll start again. So.
Right.
I'm waiting for Christmas in July.
Yeah.
Don't give them ideas, John.
Sorry.
All the ideas we give them, don't give them that one.
Halloween starts in January.
I'm a thinker, Jason. Just trying to maximize the profits here. Do we have any other quick hit stuff?
The only quick thing I've got is the online reservation system. They've expanded for several experience-based activities. Guests can now book experiences at the Harmony Barbershop, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and Pirates League on disneyworld.disney.go.com.
Seriously? What
go
are they
to DisneyWorld.com.
thing already?
It'll be there as long as the internet exists, John. They paid for the domain rights, so they must use it.
Nobody even knows.
No, if you type in DisneyWorld.com, it'll get you there. So do that.
But .co.com. By the way, Jimmy's asking who it was.
Jimmy, that was me. That was me.
Carolyn.
Yes, we got to see the fireworks at Hollywood Studio, and Jimmy was standing right behind, and he saw I was wearing an Intercot shirt, and he's like, "Oh, I'm good friends with John. We talk all the time, but I've never met him in person and stuff." Yeah,
it's kind of weird. And Jimmy's a old time Intercot. It was like we were his first Disney World site or something like that. So
yeah.
I meet a lot of people.
Very
like
nice.
that. We were there first.
One other big news story to hit before we conclude for the evening. They kind of opened a whole new hotel, essentially.
Okay.
So Coronado Springs has opened the Gran Destino Hotel, which may sound familiar if you're a Disney animation buff, because it's the name of Walt Disney and Salvador Dali's unfinished film.
Right.
It gets finished in 2003, I think, by Roy Disney. Be a junior, not the brother.
Yep.
Roy E. Disney. So it is. The hotel is actually themed after that film. So the lounges are named after some of the various characters from the film, and the whole resort kind of has that sort of surrealist Dali kind of look to it. So it's interesting. We got some pictures and video of it up on the board. And more importantly, our friends at Magical Journeys have recently posted that there's actually going to be discounts to stay there this fall. So if you want to stay in a brand new resort, you can do so, saving some money. Links on our front page to 5 fall discounts, and some even go into December that are on the boards. Our friends at Magical Journeys will help you get your quotes and get those booked. But that was just yesterday they released a whole bunch of discounts, and one of them, surprisingly, is to stay at the brand new Destino Tower Hotel.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, and I'm only regretful that I didn't get to go to the opening. I was invited, but my wife had surgery beforehand and didn't get to go, so I tried to find somebody to fill the slot at the last moment, but that didn't work out so well. So hopefully, you can see what it's going to be like, and definitely book your trip with Magical Journeys at yourmagicaljourneys.com. Nancy and crew always do a tremendous job there. And also, don't forget to support our sponsors, the official ticket center. Just click through the links on intercot.com. Help us out. Help them out. Get cheap tickets. It's a great thing. You don't have to sit through any timeshare presentations or anything like that. You just get tickets. And you get to see Patrick. That's it. Patrick. Patrick's a good guy. Yeah, go say hello to him. Say hi. I'm here from intercot.com. And bottom line, support them and support all of our sponsors at intercot.com. They help us bring the magic to you, including Quicksilver Transportation. But I don't have anything else. Do you guys have anything else?
I'm just going to say that James Mariner just posted, dang it, I didn't see this until just now. I missed everything. You didn't miss the podcast, James, because guess what?
Guess what?
1 minute from now, this will be available on our Facebook page that you can rewatch it all.
Yeah, that's the great thing about this. You don't get to comment all the way through it live, but you can comment
yourself.
Right. Right. You can press that little heart thing like a million times and make it appear.
I do have to give a shout out to Patty. I am stealing her Hello Dalí comment for our show notes. So I can't claim that one as my own. That's clever.
I will. Let me put that on the screen. Yes, and then Jimmy also said that the hotel is beautiful, because I believe he was at that event as well, or somebody was. No, he wasn't at that event. I think it was somebody else from the site that was there. But anyway, check it out. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely more of a conference hotel. Looks a little more like some of the high-end things that I've seen in my travels for work, but with some Disney touches here and there. They did say the bathrooms were a little odd, though. I did hear that, because they have see-through showers. Apparently. So like, instead of having the separate sinks and stuff like that, where and you can see right through. So you're like mom with the kids, and it's like awkward. Hello. So it's almost like those. Have you ever been in any of those hotels where they have like a peekaboo window outside the shower into the shower?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Right. I mean, it's like, who thought that was a good idea?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it lets them like
friendly showerers.
What?
Friendly showerers.
Friendly
Showerers.
Shower
word, clearly.
All right. So I don't have anything else, and I think
we had all the big topics and a few small ones too.
Yeah, we've cleared most of them. So I guess that's it for episode. What was this? 124.
124.
So we've got a milestone coming up next. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for joining us on the site at intercot.com, on all of our social media properties: Facebook, Instagram, the Twitters, Smoke Signal,
shouting loud from my driveway.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know.
Carrier pigeons.
But be sure and interact with us, and be sure and check out our social feeds too, because in addition to the site and the discussion boards, which are famous, and like I said, are places that the whole Disney community kind of got started. We were one of the early sites doing that. But John Hoyt is doing a tremendous job, as mentioned before, just keeping the social content loaded.
Disney while you're at work. Suddenly there's a video up of like, let's take the monorail, and it's like,
Monorail Mondays, we're big on that.
Yep. Monorail Mondays, Spaceship Earth Sundays. Yep, we got them all.
Throwback Thursdays too. We're posting a lot of stuff from the 70s, 80s, and 90s. So.
Yeah, he had Horizons up there the other day. God bless him. So anyway, for Jason, Justin, and Carolyn, I am John. Thanks for joining us. We'll hopefully see you in less than a month from now, sometime in August. Until then, bye now.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening and watching.
Here's Larry
commenting.
And we are out of here. Bye now.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.